with an early Snowflake investor. Just reading up on this, Peter. Peter Wagner is founding partner of Wing Ventures. Peter led Wing's seed investment in Snowflake. The firm's participated in every round of financing since. So that was back in 2013. I was reading through all this stuff. You're like my idol now, Peter. I guess you're 8 years smarter or 7 years smarter than Berkshire Hathaway to be in here. And this is what you've seeded 25 companies that have come public. And you have a summa cum laude physics degree from Harvard. I guess that's how you figure this stuff out. Maybe you can explain Hadoop to all of us today, and how people thought that was going to be the state of the art, and this was an Empire Strikes Back moment for Snowflake.
Yeah, well, there were a number of contrarian ideas around the early Snowflake, and you touched on one of them. Snowflake was really built around unleashing relational technology, which is what enterprise data and analytics had been built on really since the 1970s. And a lot of people thought that wouldn't be possible. Newer frameworks like Hadoop, which you just mentioned, were all the rage. But the Snowflake founders felt that they could harness the power of the cloud in a way that wasn't obvious to really create a new generation of enterprise analytics. And I think history has shown them to be correct.
It was funny because in your notes, it reminded me of a joke like that economists tell you. You talk about a fun joke or a fun interaction between the Snowflake CEO back then and the co-founder of Cloudera, which was a Hadoop company. And I don't get the joke. I guess that's why. But they had this big argument, and they were going back and forth. And people in the know thought it was really clever. But it's very arcane to try to understand exactly what's happening. But the bottom line is, you think companies like this grow into the valuation that is manifested early on, and that's the only way you can own them is to bite the bullet, buy with a crazy 100-time revenue valuation, and then wait around for something good to happen. And it does, in your view?
Well, sometimes. It's easy to underestimate the long-term potential of the true platform companies in our industry. And that really is the opportunity that's so exciting about Snowflake is it is our industry's first true data cloud, which is an enormously powerful concept. The modern enterprise is built on data. It's powered by AI. And the data cloud and the cloud data platform are the most strategic layers within the enterprise technology stack that's enabling this transformation of business. That's the potential. And now that it's become visible, there's a lot of people that want to be part of that. I mean, there is another way to own these, which is to work with the founders when they're just starting the company. And that's obviously how we got involved. And just a quick correction to something you said at the beginning, while we participated in that seed financing and all the financing since, the lead investor is actually Mike Speiser from Sutter Hill.
Right.
Tremendous credit.
I was reading some stuff about him as well, and that maybe where that came. One thing I quoted you on earlier was that the pandemic has accelerated a move to the cloud by 5 to 10 years, and someone earlier said maybe 1 or 2 years. But make your case for why you believe that to be true, 5 to 10 years.
Sure. Yeah. Well, the enterprise is transforming, and it's transforming at all layers. The technology that it runs on, the types of applications that it uses, the way that its people work together. And the pandemic accelerated some trends like remote work, which we're dealing with right now during this broadcast. But it accelerated a lot of fundamental trends, too, surrounding the cloud and has really pushed enterprises towards cloud adoption. And Snowflake is certainly a great example of a company that benefits from that. But, this was going on anyway. This is really one of the fundamental trends of our generation. I think it's a 5 to 10 year pull forward just because there really, I think, was already emerging consensus within enterprise IT, as well as new companies being born in the cloud, that this was the only way to go. The pandemic really created a burn the boats moment that forced that shift to happen.
Hey, Peter.